guys, how are you? Oh, my hair is crazy today. So today I actually want to put a disclaimer here. Don't watch the rest of this video. Like, stop it here in just a second if I start to offend you. Because it's not meant to be offensive. It's just kind of me ranting and stating that I don't freaking understand. So I'm sorry if I offend anyone. It's not meant to be offensive. It's just meant to be, and I don't understand. So yeah. Now into my conversation. Okay, so I was at school and we were having a discussion in one of my classes about God and stuff, and this one person mentioned that they have a personal relationship with God, and that even if they didn't have a personal relationship with God, they would know that He existed. That in my head just didn't make any sense, because they have a personal relationship. Does that mean that they have God's cell phone number? Because that's what it sounds like. Because even if they didn't have a personal relationship, they'd know He still existed. Does that mean that He didn't? I mean, does that mean that they communicate daily on a daily basis? Or is it, just one of those things of knowing that He's there? And that's not really personal. Personal is a physical thing. I'm just saying, can't have a personal relationship with some kind of being that is not physical. Just saying. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that God doesn't exist. Because there has to be, in my opinion, there has to be a higher power. And I'm not saying that it's not, that it doesn't go by some other name, or that there's not multiples. Because, I mean, in my belief system, God is energy form. He's the same thing, but He's in everything. Just like with Christian-based religions, God's everywhere. God sees everything. God knows everything. In mine, God is multiple different forms of energy. It's the same basic idea. It's just slightly more scientific, I guess. And I guess that goes into me just not being able to comprehend some of the Bible things. Because some of it is really contradictory. Like, there's two accounts of the world being made, and both of them are different. Why? Why can't you just have one? It would make more sense. Then you get into the terms of everything, and start actually doing research on the terms and stuff, and then it starts conflicting with what you've been told, and I just don't understand Christian beliefs. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, because Jesus totally existed. There's scientific proof that He existed. Historical proof that He existed. So I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I'm not saying Jesus didn't exist. I'm not saying that the Bible's wrong. I'm not saying that. Don't start saying that that's what I'm saying, because I'm not saying it. I'm not. I'm just saying I don't understand it. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, maybe someday someone can explain it to me. To the point that I understand it. Because I just can't wrap my head around some things. Like, gays and lesbians. They're not allowed into heaven because it's a sin. Or that's what I've always been told. But Jesus died for our sins, so we would be able to go into heaven if we repented. So does that mean that if the gays and lesbians went off and said I was wrong right before they died, that they'd be able to go to heaven? Or would they still go to hell because they're committed a sin? And what about all the masturbators? All you guys out there that masturbate. Because in the Bible it says that it's better to lay your seed in the body of a whore, in the belly of a whore, than lay your seed upon the ground. So does that mean that even though adultery is a sin, that you're fine and will go to heaven? I'm confused. Could you admit to adultery, but say that it was just because you didn't want to lay your seed upon the ground? Well, would you go to heaven? Or are you still sinning and wouldn't go to heaven for it? And then we get into the point of Jesus died for our sins, so wouldn't that be forgiven already? Just saying. And then you have the fact that heaven's supposed to be perfect. Do you know how creepy it would be if everything was perfect? I'd be scared. I wouldn't want to go to heaven. I'm sorry. If heaven was perfect as it said, I wouldn't want to go there. It'd be creepy. Like, it'd be awesome to see my family members. Like, I would love to see my grandpa again. That'd be awesome. And my kitties and my puppies. But then there's a question: do animals go to heaven? They better go to heaven. But there's some people that say animals don't have souls, and it makes me sad. It's a person. It's just the Christian beliefs just confuse me because there's so many of them. They all conflict with each other in some way. I just don't understand it. And then there's Mary and Jesus. And I'm just saying that Mary could not have been a virgin because she had a kid. Which means she had to have conceived somehow. It's just not immaculate conception. It's not scientifically possible. It's not. It's just not. I'm sorry to all you people who believe it word for word. I actually looked up what virgin meant online back in that time zone, and it meant young. So Mary would have had to have been like, 12. But I'm just saying that would make Joseph a pedophile, which would be kind of creepy. I'm ruining people's religions. I'm sorry. It's just the things that are in my head. And then, like, part of the Bible was written by this dude in a cave. He said that he heard God talking to him. God told him to do this. Does that mean he's schizophrenic? What was the Bible written by a schizophrenic person? These are the questions that baffle me. Oh, all you people with your Christian religion, I don't understand it. You're probably really super awesome, nice people, but I don't understand your religion. Just don't. Could you try explaining some of these things to me? Because I don't understand it. I've tried so many times. I've read the Bible so many times. I just don't understand it. I just don't. And I'm not saying the Bible's wrong. Again, like, I agree with, like, all the lessons in it. You shouldn't steal, you shouldn't lie, you shouldn't, do any of that. But I'm sorry, it's just confusing. It's a great book, though. Great book. If you just, like, want to have some reading material, it's great. But I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. They conflict with each other too much. And is it supposed to be taken like any kind of book? Are you supposed to look at it and take it for the meanings of each of the stories and poems and stuff in it? I mean, is it each individual one supposed to be taken individually and has a deeper meaning, like, a book of poems or a painting? I don't know. It's confusing, and I don't understand it. sorry. I don't understand it all. Okay, that's my vlog of not understanding the Bible and Christian belief. So I'm sorry if I offended anyone if you're still here, still watching my video, but I really just don't understand it. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Bye.